January the 12th, 2015, there was an incident that happened with my son whereby he met a young lady on the internet. And he went to meet this particular young lady. And when he got there was a couple of guys there who jumped on him and robbed him. So I guess in his own mind, the way that he could deal with this was going back on social media and saying some, I guess, threatening things to the particular individuals that had jumped him in this particular house. I left prayer and I went to pick up my son in East St. Louis. He came out of the house, got into my car, and then all of a sudden he got out of the car and ran back into his friend's house. And I really didn't know what was going on at all. That's when the car came on the side of me and started shooting. I didn't hear a car at all, and I didn't see anyone. I was shot 4 times. Once in the leg, once in the eye. I was shot in the globe of this eye, left eye here, and they had to remove that particular eye. But the bullet was on its way to my brain, and it left a subdural hematoma and 2 in the hand. Well, there's two bullets here, and this was split completely open. This finger here was. Plus, there was also laceration marks in the head. There were at least 15 bullet holes in the car. The windows were shot out. I should have been dead based upon the number of bullets that were shot at me. I was taken to St. Louis University Hospital, and I stayed there for 6 days in intensive care. And I believe every area of spirituality in my life was tested with this particular situation. I came to myself and I told myself that I can't die. And God had given me a peace. And I never felt as though I was gonna die. So why did this happen to me? You know? And I think anybody in a situation like that will have to question God. I got out of the hospital. That was an extreme challenge, because when I came home, I really didn't want to go outside because a spirit of fear was trying to take control of my life. I remember a time, even in my bedroom upstairs, where in my mind I was just literally hearing gunshots. You know, like pow, pow, pow. And I said, okay, I see what's going on, what the devil is trying to do. The warfare was yet raging. So I had to literally deal with it and overcome it by confessing the word and just having faith in God and knowing that I cannot stay locked up in this house forever. The more I went out, the more I got better at that. And that lets you know, and that lets me know that this whole particular situation catapulted me into a whole different level of spiritual warfare, because the devil was yet trying to destroy my mind, and he was also trying to destroy my emotional state. So I had people praying from all across the country, from a lot of the churches in this particular area were praying. And that was one of the things that gave me the strength and the motivation to go through this. I was working with a physical therapist, and she began to look at my hands. And she made the statement that, you know, those bullets landed in the right location. And that sounds kind of crazy, but again, when you look at where I was shot, there are a lot of veins, there's arteries and things, and the bullet could have hit one of those areas, and I could have bled to death. But even with that, God had protected me and kept me. God was here with me. He was helping me to overcome all of those obstacles. They definitely were obstacles. I had to have faith in God and just believe that things were going to get better. And they did. Really, when you look at the time that I was in the hospital or in recovery and the time that I came back to church, it was a short period of time. The Lord was doing a great healing to my body. And the doctors was really shocked just how quick I was healing. Now, I knew what was going on, but evidently they didn't. But even though I was shot 4 times, God even held back on the level of pain that I experienced. And you know, God is amazing. God can yet intervene in traumatic situations and bring you out. I thank God that He enabled me, and I look back on it. It was the Lord that was sustaining me. The Word was sustaining me. The Holy Spirit was sustaining me. And those key elements played a very important role in my recovery. The Lord kept showing me that even though the enemy tried to kill me, I had a plan that I was putting in place each time the enemy tried to counteract what God wanted to do in my life.